Oh, what do we have here? Today we have pregnant teen discovers mom killed her boyfriend. Ooh. Thank you guys for tuning in. And without further ado, let's get it.
No, did she already tell you? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Sorry to be lost.
This is 17-year-old Elizabeth Baldonado. A few hours ago, her boyfriend was found mysteriously shot dead in a back alley.
She's bad. Yeah.
Damn!
She wants to hurt the person that did it. She's
Not knowing the person is you.
Tragically, Elizabeth is also pregnant with their child. Her mother, Ortiz Chavez, is trying to comfort her daughter. What Elizabeth doesn't know yet is that her mother is hiding a dark secret that will ruin the family's life.
Your mom's
Oh my
car
God.
is on video leaving the homicide.
You seriously think that they did it?
Yes.
My mom loved that child.
As detectives work the case, more and more clues start pointing towards
What the hell are
Elizabeth's
midget doing on
family.
here?
And as she learns
a little
that
person.
her own family are now suspected killers, all she can do is deny the accusation.
This finna be good.
Her mother sacrifices her own children to hide what she's done.
All right, do you want to talk?
It's a quiet Friday morning in downtown Albuquerque. A 16-year-old boy walks
God damn. Albuquerque in Ohio. Remind me never to visit there, ever.
alone through a back alley on his way to work, unaware that a killer is waiting for him inside one of the parked cars. Then, a single gunshot rings out, striking the teenager in the head and killing him instantly, while the shooter disappears from the scene.
Sheesh!
Within minutes, multiple 911 calls start flooding in reporting the gunfire. Patrol units quickly respond to the area, and as officers turn down the alley, they're met with a grim scene. Lying on the pavement is a teenage boy, motionless, with blood pooling beneath his head. The victim shows no signs of life and appears to have a gunshot wound visible just above his temple. Whatever happened in this alley happened fast, and whoever pulled the trigger is already gone. Officers call it in and begin securing the perimeter. With no weapon in sight and no ID on the body, they now need to figure out who he is and why he ended up here. Backup units soon arrive and start canvassing the area, looking for anyone who might have heard or seen what happened. And before long, two witnesses come forward, claiming they saw something strange right after the gunshot.
Did you hear anything?
I didn't hear anything, but I saw people running.
One of them is a light-skinned male. He turns around, runs back to the alley, and takes off down the street.
I just saw strange cars that aren't usually here. So I've just been circling and I noticed some weird activity and I just had this gut-wrenching feeling that someone was about to get shot because there were just weird people back here. And I saw this kid, this guy right here who shot, he was over here talking to some girl. And last minute I saw him there, I turned the corner and I heard a gunshot when I was on this side of the road. So then I came back over here and the car was down.
You heard one shot?
Just one.
According to witnesses, a single gunshot was fired, followed by a group of teenagers scrambling in every direction. One of them was seen jumping into a car with a girl before speeding away. The information is vague, but it gives police a starting point. Detectives soon arrive at the scene and launch a formal homicide investigation. While examining the body, they notice something odd about the victim. He's still wearing an apron, the kind used by restaurant staff, suggesting he might have worked nearby. That small detail sends them straight across the street to the only restaurant in sight, Lindy's Diner. Inside, the owners immediately recognize the victim. His name is Josue J. Ruiz, 16 years old, a dishwasher who'd only started a few weeks earlier. They tell police Jay's grandfather is a regular customer, and officers are able to call him and ask him to come down to the scene. When Jay's grandfather arrives, detectives have to break the tragic news to him.
Grandfather look young as hell. Grandfather look good.
But what he
I hope I look that good when I'm that old.
tells them about Jay's life will start to hint at darker things he may have been involved in.
So I don't know if anybody's told you this, and I was trying to see if you were obviously, Josue, is that how you say it? Yeah. Josue's passed on. So that's what we're here for, is we're here to try to figure
Nobody like to hear that.
out what happened and try to do the best we can, like you say, Josue. Alrighty. He's your grandson, is that correct? Okay.
He was involved with something, but I could never get the truth from him. I could never get the truth. There's one friend that he was involved with that, I really didn't approve of. I was just getting ready to move him out, take him somewhere else so he can have a job or whatever.
Right.
But
Although the news clearly
He gonna always blame himself for this too.
breaks him, he takes it with quiet strength, telling detectives that his grandson had been involved in something lately that might be what got him killed. And as the conversation continues, he mentions one more heartbreaking detail. Jay wasn't just a teenager with secrets. He was about to become a father.
he has his girlfriend over there at my apartment. And,
His
she's
girlfriend's
pregnant.
at your apartment right now?
Yeah, he called me this morning and told me, hey, you're going to be a great grandpa, is what he told me. So,
No kidding. Who's his girlfriend?
Elizabeth, I think it's Maldonado
She's at
They
your
starting
apartment
off young.
right now, yeah.
The revelation only adds to the tragedy. Jay's girlfriend, 17-year-old Elizabeth Maldonado, is pregnant with his child and has no idea that he's gone. Investigators plan to speak with her later, but for now they allow Jay's grandfather to leave the scene and deliver the news himself, telling her that detectives will be in touch soon. If anyone can explain what Jay had been caught up in, it's her. About an hour later, the homicide case is officially assigned to Detective Anna Bruciaga as the lead investigator. After reviewing the initial reports and witness statements, she begins canvassing the area for any surveillance footage that might reveal what happened. It doesn't take long before officers locate a camera mounted outside a nearby school, angled directly towards the alley where the shooting took place. When they sit down to review the footage, they finally get their first visual clue of Jay's killers.
Oh,
Cameras that are running at two systems, a digital and an analog. The analog sucks, so just a fair warning.
Perfect.
This faces the alleyway. Once the shot happens, the people loading the vehicle will react. So it's the individual box of the vehicle somewhere right here.
Yeah, so he just walked to the passenger side.
And they react.
It almost looks like a Toyota.
On screen, a gold Toyota sedan can be seen racing away seconds after the gunshot. And through the tinted glass, detectives can barely make out what appears to be two figures inside the vehicle, meaning there are at least two suspects on the loose. A couple of hours later, detectives arrive at the apartment where Jay's girlfriend, Elizabeth, is staying. They believe she might help them understand what Jay had been caught up in, but they have no idea that they'll soon come face to face with one of Jay's killers, someone far closer to him than anyone imagined.
You mind if we come in here? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I'm so sorry for your loss. I know that obviously he was possibly having some issues with some people, right? Can you tell me about that?
He doesn't really tell me much about that stuff.
So let's start with today. What'd you guys do today?
He took a shower at like 8 o'clock. He was getting ready to go to work at 10. I was making appointments today because we found out that I'm pregnant. Well, he was texting me still until at least around 12 o'clock. And then he stopped answering me for a few hours.
The timeline Elizabeth provides lines up with the shooting. Around 11:20 a.m. is when Jay stopped responding to her messages, the same time investigators believe he was killed. Beyond that, Elizabeth doesn't offer much, saying Jay often kept to himself and never told her what he was doing. To detectives, it sounds like Jay might have gotten himself involved in something he didn't want anyone else to know about. Maybe a deal that went wrong or a confrontation that escalated. Whatever it was, it's likely what got him killed. Or at least, that's what it seems at first. Because Elizabeth isn't telling the full story. Not yet. And the next thing she remembers won't just give detectives a new lead. It'll start turning suspicion towards Elizabeth and her own family.
A little bit from what I gathered from Grandpa is that he feels that he was up to no good lately. Can you tell me about that?
This morning, him and my brother were supposed to box it out because this has nothing to do with this at all. My brother and him just don't get along. They bump heads very much. But my brother would never do this. He knows how I feel about Jane.
And which brother?
My younger brother.
Your younger brother? What's his name?
What? Really?
Angelo.
Tell me a little bit about why they were gonna box it out.
Me and Jay, we were arguing about something. I don't remember what. But we started getting really loud and my brother got tired of it, so he came in and told him to stop yelling at me, and then they just started fighting.
Physically fighting?
No.
So did they text each other that they were gonna fight?
No. Jay called me.
What the did we just tune into, y'all? Cause it's getting better and better and better. Like, I don't think nothing is ever that serious where you gotta take somebody's life. Let's start there. Secondly, you should never let your family get involved into your relationships, y'all, because it can get deadly on both sides. And at the end of the day, it's just never worth it. Ever.
Told my mom that he wanted to box it out with my brother.
According to Elizabeth, her brother Angelo was supposed to box it out with her boyfriend Jay that morning, a teenage fight meant to settle whatever tension had been building between them. Although the fight never happened and Elizabeth insists it has nothing to do with the homicide, it suggests the conflict could have been personal. Investigators will now have to follow up on this and look into Angelo's involvement before ruling him out. But before the conversation can continue any further with Elizabeth, Jay's family arrives at the apartment. Word of the shooting has already reached them, but they still haven't received an official confirmation from police. Detective Anna Bruciaga has no choice but to break the tragic news to Jay's mother, a moment that no amount of experience could ever prepare anyone for.
Nobody should ever have to deal with this.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I'm sorry for your loss. Okay. Right now, I don't have much other than officers were dispatched to the alleyway in reference to Homicide. Okay.
What happened?
No, that's why I'm. So we just got called out. That's why I'm trying to interview as many people as I can. That's why I headed here first, and then I was headed
to see your child in this much pain has gotta hurt.
But as of right now, I don't. Okay. I really. Thank you. I'm just here.
With the devastating news delivered, Detective Anna Bruciaga tries to gather any insight from Jay's family, but they don't seem to have any. Even his mother can't imagine who would want to hurt him, leaving detectives with no clear leads or motives to work with. As investigators collect Jay's phone and prepare to leave, another woman walks into the apartment, Ortiz Chavez, looking to comfort her daughter. Detective Bruciaga sits down with her.
Boy, she cold. She the one that was a part of this, and she in there walking right by the family. How you gotta have some big balls for this.
To collect some basic information. A casual conversation at first, until Chavez mentions a small detail that catches the detective's attention and quietly puts her on the radar.
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a Toyota.
Toyota?
Yes, I could go. Yeah, it's open. Slow down and I just look there, whatever.
And you said you just purchased it?
Yeah.
Do you have a plate on it?
Yeah. No, I don't. They took our sticker off.
The temp tag?
Yeah, they took it off the car.
Where you said it's.
Oh.
Yeah, so earlier this morning it broke down on her and then she just left it there.
As Chavez describes her vehicle, Detective Bruce.
Yo, how can you be talking to detectives when you was just part of this just maybe not even hours ago? This is wild.
Bruciaga immediately recognizes the description. A gold Toyota sedan, similar to the one caught on surveillance footage speeding away just seconds after the shooting. The connection
She got
is
big
hard
balls.
to ignore.
Does she not know they got cameras everywhere?
Bruciaga notes the details, but decides it's too early to jump to conclusions. Wanting to verify it as quickly as possible, she wraps up the initial interview with the family and heads out with officers to the spot where Chavez abandoned her car that morning. When they arrive, the car is nowhere to be found, and Bruciaga starts suspecting Chavez might be hiding something. About 40 minutes later, investigators return to the apartment to interview Chavez privately. And that's when things start to get interesting. By now, it's only been a few hours since Jay was killed, and most detectives would still be collecting statements. But Bruciaga's instincts tell her there's no time to waste. So she sits down with Chavez and makes a bold accusation.
So here's the thing, okay? So I believe...
Are they still at the grandpa's apartment doing this?
Your car was used in today's homicide.
Oh.
Okay?
You're lying to me.
No, I am
She like, what the fuck?
not.
Dude.
That's why I'm talking to you. Okay, so if you don't tell me who had your car,
I don't know.
it's your car.
I left my car at the side of the road.
Okay.
I didn't lend my car to nobody.
Detective
Somebody
Bruciaga
lying.
is quick to connect the dots, suspecting that it's Chavez's car that was speeding away. But Chavez claims she abandoned it and it must have been stolen. However, the detective is about to take things one step further. Because if Chavez's car was used in the murder, the next logical question is who was behind the wheel? And with what Elizabeth revealed about the planned fight that morning, there's only one name that fits: Chavez's son, Angelo.
So what I'm getting at is that what are the odds that your son and his friends have a problem with Jay, and Jay is now dead, and people are telling me it's your car on scene?
But my son said he wouldn't, and I gave it to Vaughn, and I was with them today.
Okay. So you were with them all day?
Yes. My son had an interview at 9 o'clock, and we were over at the Whataburger over there.
Is she lying, giving him an alibi?
Whatever. You drop him off?
No, I didn't leave the Whataburger.
Okay, so you waited for him to be done?
Yes, and we went back together to my house.
Okay, then you guys go back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he stayed there, and I left with myself, the car, to go see Elizabeth.
Chavez's morning timeline only reinforces the detective's suspicions. If she really abandoned her car around 10:30 that morning and it suddenly vanished, then there's a very high chance it's the same gold Toyota caught on CCTV later when Jay was shot. Witnesses also reported seeing a young male and female inside the car. And with Chavez having both a teenage son, Angelo, and a daughter, Elizabeth, things are starting to look very suspicious for her family.
I know you lying. I know you
though,
lying. If you was involved in the murder of your child's other parent, God, the child not even here yet. Oh my God.
All of this remains as just early suspicion. After all, detectives know Jay had been hiding things. He was secretive and clearly mixed up in something he wasn't telling anyone about. But there's something
What if he was in a relationship with the mom as well?
eerily strange about Chavez's demeanor that Detective Bruciaga can't ignore. Even after being told her son might be involved in a homicide, she stays quiet, almost detached. Not the kind of reaction you'd expect from a mother facing that sort of accusation. And the longer the conversation goes,
They got a point.
the more convinced Bruciaga becomes that the mother sitting in front of her knows more than she's letting on. So the detective decides to take an even bigger risk this time and make an accusation that most investigators would hesitate to ask this early on.
So, did you shoot Jay?
No, I didn't. No. He's a kid. He's a baby.
I know, but somebody did.
But no.
I do not believe her.
I feel like you know more than you're telling me.
But I know.
You can see the worry in her face, and it's all in her
Because
eyes.
again, I'm telling you, based on your demeanor, I think you know what happened.
I can feel
And
it in
I
my
know it's
spirit.
your
She
car.
knows. Ooh.
And I am gonna confirm it on video surveillance.
Oh, I like this detective.
Really, I might be lost right now.
Sheesh.
Again, Chavez's reaction isn't.
I wouldn't want to have to be across from this detective if she's conducting the interview, because she's intense.
What Detective Bruciaga expects at all. Instead of breaking down or reacting defensively, she simply denies it with a sorrowful face. This response leaves Bruciaga torn between two possibilities. Either Chavez is innocent but in complete shock, struggling to process what's happening, or she's carefully keeping her composure to hide a guilty conscience and protect her children. Either way, she sticks to her story, and with nothing concrete so far, the interview comes to an end. But even without proof, Bruciaga can't shake the feeling that her instincts are right, that one of Jay's killers is sitting in this very apartment. With her doubts only growing, Bruciaga decides to move quickly and verify Chavez's version of events with the one person who can either confirm or contradict it, her son, Angelo. Within an hour, investigators head straight to Angelo's workplace to talk to him in person. Whatever he tells detectives will either clear his family or make things even worse for them.
So there was a shooting downtown today, and somebody died. So I know that you knew him. I think he was actually somebody that you knew because he was dating your sister.
This guy.
Yeah.
Is he alive?
No, he's not. He's dead. So I just wanted to find out from you just a little bit.
Can you tell his grandpa? You talk to his grandpa, right?
Yeah.
Please tell his grandpa I'm so sorry.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
What you mean by that? What you mean tell his grandpa I said sorry? Why would you say that to the investigator and it hasn't even started yet? The interview hasn't even started yet. What the bro? Did he really just say that?
So explain to me what this whole, like, your mom and your sister explained, like, this beef between you and Jay. So explain that.
We had a problem with him and his sister. Then, like I said, we had a dispute after that with the father. And then we didn't really, like, talk after that. We both went our separate ways.
Yeah.
So your sister tells your mom tells you that Jay wants to fight. So when did you guys plan to meet?
I didn't plan nothing. He assumed. And I was just like, we're good. We had all this, we had all this shit. So, like, we're good. He said he wanted to do 8 o'clock.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she, you mean your mom said?
That's what he told me. That's what Jay told me. Like, that's what Jay told to tell my sister to tell me. But so on and so forth.
This is so messy.
That you're supposed to meet. Where were you guys supposed to meet?
He just said he wanted to fight me. He didn't talk to me early, so I assumed we had my door.
Angelo confirms most of what detectives have already heard from his sister and mother, saying Jay wanted to box it out that morning, but the fight never happened. Beyond that, there isn't much new information, and his version of events lines up neatly with his mother's timeline. For now, their stories seem consistent. But until those details can be verified, Detective Bruciaga knows she has to take everything they've said at face value. However, before investigators can dig deeper, Angelo's mother suddenly walks in, and this time, she's far less cooperative.
Whoa, why is she there? What the fuck are you doing there?
He's not even a rape, and you're not even be talking to him. He's telling me. But he's not in trouble, so he doesn't have to be 18 for.
Oh yeah, baby, you definitely involved now, cause what the fudge sickle? Isn't he 18 or is he 17? If she's 16 or 17, I understand where she's coming from, but if he's 18, she does.
I'm gonna send him for.
I mean, it's up to him. If he doesn't want you here, he doesn't have to have you here.
Huh? Yeah, my sister. And the bar's here. I had to have him go pick up.
Talk to my sister.
So there is one thing that we are going to need, just like you talked with your sister, we didn't get here. So we're going to secure it. We're going to do work.
I need it. I don't have a phone.
But your daughter's
an investigation, like I explained to you.
How the fuck you don't got no phone?
Earlier, Elizabeth, I'm taking your phone. You're not getting it back until I'm done with it. But as soon as I'm done with it, I will give it back to you.
Do you want me to take you to go find where your car was left? Because we've been all over there, we can't find it anywhere.
I know this is a horrible situation, but that right there is an awesome shirt. My childhood.
Well,
I need to find it.
Show you this, but I want to make sure that my kids and my family get home. And right now, my biggest concern is I just want to go home.
What's your biggest concern?
I want to go home.
No, you absolutely go home.
Despite investigators' attempts to convince her otherwise, Chavez insists on taking Angelo home. Even if her intentions are innocent, this sudden change in behavior doesn't help their case at all.
Nah, it just put the finger right on him like, oh shit.
It makes it look like an attempt to shield her son from further questioning. With
Facts.
the interview,
ma'am, can we please stop twirling while I'm doing a video? Why would you come stop the interrogation? Why they interrogating your son? That just made you seem super suspicious. Not gonna lie to you. Now, if the son is 17, 16 years old, I can understand why you feel the way you feel. But if he 18 and you coming to stop it like that, you just put a dark cloud over y'all. Like, if anything, this just confirms that y'all was involved, because why would you do that? Like, you just made it worse for you guys.
Seize the family's phones, hoping digital evidence might reveal what they're not saying out loud.
It will.
Back at the police station, detectives spend the next couple of weeks combing through statements, surveillance footage, and phone data. What they find begins to reshape the entire case. Among the first discoveries are text messages showing that Chavez was directly involved in arranging the so-called boxing match between her son Angelo.
I hate when parents get involved in kid shit. Like, baby, you was supposed to sit back and relax.
And her daughter's boyfriend, Jay. In one exchange, Elizabeth texts Jay saying that mom says they'll be there at 8. Other messages suggest there may have been a gun involved. In one text, Elizabeth writes, "I'll be there too because I don't want anything like they pull a gun out." Investigators also
Who gonna pull a gun out?
uncover signs that Jay and Elizabeth's relationship was deteriorating, with both of them talking about breaking up. In one message, Jay tells her directly, "I'll talk to you when it comes to the baby, but I ain't doing this with you anymore."
Oh my God. This man lost his life because he ain't want to be with you no more? If your family acting like this, I don't want to be with you neither. What do you mean?
But even more alarming were the contradictions in the family's statements. Elizabeth told detectives her boyfriend didn't leave the house until 10 that morning. Yet, Jay's phone shows him texting others about Angelo not showing up as early as 8 o'clock. In one of those messages, Jay texts a friend. They didn't show. 8 o'clock, the mom said, and it's 9. Man, her family's a bunch of assholes, I swear. Additionally, detectives uncover another name that hadn't come up before. Elizabeth's older brother, Gilbert. In his messages, Gilbert expresses anger towards Jay and even makes promises of retaliation.
Oh shit, boy, y'all going to jail. Whole family, whole bloodline gone to the prison system.
By the end of the review, Detective Bruciaga becomes convinced that the entire family might be involved in planning what happened that day. Now,
dumb as hell.
It's no longer a question of what happened, but who did it and exactly why.
That part.
In the days following Jay's murder, investigators were at a standstill. Because Angelo and Elizabeth are still minors, their mother refuses to let them speak with police, effectively blocking detectives from getting any answers directly from them. But 20 days after the shooting, that changes. Jay's girlfriend, Elizabeth Baldonado, turns 18 years old, and her mother can no longer stop her from talking. Detective Bruciaga seizes the opportunity and convinces her to come down to the station to see the new evidence they've uncovered, carefully leaving out that it's evidence pointing towards her own family. The goal is simple: find out who was directly involved in Jay's killing, or better yet, get a confession. But before we get to that, do you struggle with
No, we not doing none of that.
interrogation? This time, detectives plan to double down on the accusations instead of playing nice. But this will soon backfire, because unlike her mother, Elizabeth's reaction will be very different.
Now that some time has passed and you've had time to think about it, Elizabeth.
Look at that eye. I don't trust that eye. Y'all see that eye, how it's closed and shit? You know, my left eye is messed up because I have Bell palsy. So, like, when I get tired, you can see it kind of slouch a little bit when I, like, squint my eyes. This one's lower, but I don't trust that eye. I don't trust that eye at all.
I want to hear what happened. Because I think you know more than you told me that day.
I don't know anything. I really don't. Why would you guys assume that? Why would I know anything new about that?
Because you got text messages saying that you was going to be there so they don't pull out a gun.
Because I have your phones, and I've looked through your phones. And so I do believe you know more.
The gig is up, baby.
I know more about who killed him, about who did it? No, I don't know.
Why is she smiling?
I don't know who did it.
They're talking about the death of your ex-boyfriend / baby daddy, and you smiling? That's not weird.
If I knew who did it, I would have told you already.
So I know that you and him were having some problems, and he broke up with you, and you wanted to get back with him, and he told you no. I will talk to you when it comes to the baby, but that is it. And he wanted nothing to do with you.
So you're saying that I had someone do something to him?
Hey, them hormones when you pregnant is a motherfucker. They times 10. You know what I'm saying? So, hey.
Okay, here's the thing, okay?
Hey.
I loved him more than anything in the world. I would never do anything like that. I would never have anyone do anything like that because I loved him more than my whole life.
And actually, I do know that because you guys texted, I love you so much. Tons. So I do know that, okay? But you have to understand, Elizabeth, I'm investigating his homicide.
And it doesn't look good.
Okay?
On your side.
Have you ever watched homicide shows? Yeah? Okay, so you have to know that if I see anything like that on the phone, you have to know that I have to ask you these questions. Because at this point, I have gone through your phone, I have gone through your brother's phone, I have gone through Josue's phone, I have gone through other things. And I have to ask these questions because I have a feeling you know more than you're telling me.
I don't. I really don't. I don't know anything more than I'm telling you.
As planned, there is no small talk or warm-up. Right away, Detective Bruciaga tells Elizabeth she's not being fully honest.
I ain't gonna lie. This is one of my favorite investigators. She is not holding back with these people at all.
The approach is blunt, and it's clearly hitting a nerve as Elizabeth quickly grows defensive. But Bruciaga isn't backing off just yet. She's about to bet everything on her next move, laying out every piece of evidence she has against the family in hopes of eliciting an admission from Elizabeth.
Oh, shit.
So you brought up that your brother Gilbert had mentioned and said that he was going to send someone up there to take care of it.
But he didn't. Because my brother knows that if he were to do anything, I would never speak to him again or at all. I would have him part of my life at all.
That don't mean shit. You could be protecting your brother.
Didn't do it.
Why would my brother do it? My brother literally knows how I feel about him.
So I'm pretty sure you've been in the household and have heard conversations. Correct?
You have.
Heard what?
Anything. Anything that talks about.
They do not talk about anything.
Okay, so where's your mom's car?
I don't know. You're seriously assuming that one of my family members did it? Because the car is missing. She literally filed a report that her car was missing that night.
Probably.
Okay, so you say you love Josue, right?
I swear.
And he's the love of your life. So why are you covering for your mom and your brother?
I'm not covering for anybody. Are you fucking serious? You seriously think that they did it?
Yes.
My mom loved that child too.
Okay.
How did she love somebody she was trying to set up to fight with her sons? How do you love somebody like that? Right? Why would you try to get your son to fight him if she has so much love for him? I don't know. It's starting to make me feel like she's part of it because she said, I'll be there just in case so nobody pulls a gun, right? Her brother, she has two brothers that want to fight him for whatever reason, right? Like, the more we get into it, the weirder it gets. And then her popping off like that, and you know, it's hella weird. You know what I'm saying? Because you would expect somebody to be like crying and stuff, not getting agitated with the investigator.
Brother, what if I told you that your mom's car is on video leaving the homicide? What if I told you that?
You know how many Toyota Camrys that are gold live in the city?
But what are the odds that your brother
With a new registration tag? I think not.
and Josue were
My
supposed
brother,
to meet
my
up?
brother was at home. My brother was at home with his girlfriend. They were literally sleeping until he had to go to work.
It's clear that Elizabeth has reached her breaking point. Every accusation towards her family is pushing her closer to the edge. Most investigators would pull back here, take a break, try to de-escalate, but not Detective Bruciaga. Instead, she decides to take a bigger risk.
Yeah, because just because she's 18 don't mean she's still not that child. She's still a child. She's still mentally a child, and Bruciaga is playing on that big time.
One that's bold, but calculated. Rather than fighting Elizabeth's denials, she will lean into them.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I would not want to be doing a committing a crime, and have Bruciaga in front of me. I'd be like, y'all, get this lady from away from me ASAP.
Even agreeing that she's only trying to protect her family. In doing so, Bruciaga wants to make Elizabeth feel safe enough to talk and reveal what she's really hiding. It's a delicate psychological play, one that could end the interview entirely or solve the case right here and now.
Uh-oh.
But I'm gonna tell you right now that your mom said she drove Angelo to his interview. Guess what? Angelo said he borrowed the car from your mom and he drove himself to the interview. So obviously, somebody's lying.
Hello.
And I kind of understand that you don't want to see.
No,
what I'm
you
trying
don't.
to
They
do.
don't. They did not do it.
Because
you
I
are
don't know
literally
what I
looking
would
in the
do.
wrong place. You're just trying to blame somebody just so that you can get someone for the crime. I know they didn't do it because, well, I don't know for sure, but I know they wouldn't have done
Oh, baby, your case is lost.
something like that. They know how much that would crush me, and literally they have seen how much I have died these past 2 weeks.
Okay, and I'm
My
not
brother
telling you. I'm not
literally-
telling you if I find out your brother. I'm telling you when I gather up all my evidence and I arrest your brother. I hope that you didn't know more.
You guys can think however you like. My family did not do it.
Elizabeth, you can't
That storm out is crazy.
get out without us letting you out, babe.
Elizabeth, I think you're ready to tell me more than you're telling me, okay? You have to realize, Elizabeth, that somebody took your baby's dad's life, and now that baby is not gonna have a father.
Baby dads.
And as much as you love your family, they still took your baby's dad away. Now that baby's not gonna have a dad.
I don't think I know that.
And you gotta do everything by yourself. And children is not a one-person job. Even though a lot of people do it, having a child is not a one-person's job at all. And you really gonna be by yourself if you didn't have nothing to do with it and they all in jail. And you the only one that can care for you, your child. Family is everything.
Can we finish talking in the conference room? Just because I can't hear, actually.
Yeah, we can't be sitting in the hallway, Elizabeth. I'm sorry.
This is our victim side, so.
Elizabeth's finally had enough. The weight of the questioning breaks her down and she's emotionally exhausted. Detectives try to take advantage of the moment, hoping her vulnerability will make her open up, but Elizabeth doesn't budge. Through tears, she keeps insisting her family is innocent. With nothing useful coming from Elizabeth, the interview ends. She's escorted out of the building, and investigators are back to square one. Still, Detective Bruciaga can't shake her suspicions. She knows this family is hiding something. What she hasn't figured out yet is that she's been focusing on the wrong suspects all along.
A little
Over
person.
the next couple of months.
No.
The case remains wide open. Investigators keep digging, and what they find is even more alarming. First, they learn that Chavez never followed through with her stolen vehicle report from the day of the murder. Then, while combing through phone data, detectives uncover explicit threats from Elizabeth's older brother, Gilbert, directed at Jay. In one message, Gilbert writes he's gonna catch one, clearly hinting at plans for violence. In another text,
He ain't even tall enough to reach Never mind. I ain't gonna do
Next,
that.
he says, delete our messages and don't say anything about me saying I was gonna shoot him. It wasn't me for real. I ain't trying to deal with cops. Based on these details, investigators start to speculate that Gilbert may have taken things further, possibly supplying a gun or even using it himself to shoot Jay. Chavez, realizing what her sons had done,
I can only imagine if he was the one that did it when he jumped up, that little Mario sound comes up, talk about oink.
may have then disposed of the car to cover their tracks and build an alibi for the family. The new findings push Gilbert to the top of the suspect list, right beside his brother Angelo. But as compelling as the theory sounds, it's still just that. A theory. The case remains strong on suspicion, but weak on proof, and Detective Bruciaga desperately needs anything concrete from the Baldonado family. So, on May 19th, 76 days after Jay's murder, Bruciaga and a team of officers head to the family's house determined to confront them face to face and see if she can pressure someone into cracking. When the investigators arrive at the door, no one expects how quickly things will get heated.
Oh, hi Gilbert, how are you?
Hi.
Can I actually talk to you, Gilbert?
Bob.
You know what it's about because, I've already done some research. I'm not going to talk to you right here in the door. Do you want to come talk to me over here? Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Good? Okay. Is your mom here?
She's showering.
You might want to go tell your mom that I would like to talk to her again. I'm going to talk to Gilbert if he's willing to speak with me. And Gilbert, again, I don't want to talk to you right here in front of the door. Do you mind coming even over here?
Yes.
So, tell me what you know.
Like I said, I just moved in here.
Okay, so I'm not gonna play games with you, okay? I know you threatened to take care of Josue.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything.
Okay.
What if it was just a little bit though? He ain't mean it.
I wasn't even up here. I couldn't even do that.
Okay, so obviously you do know why I'm here and why I'm talking to you now. You wanna discuss, or do you want me to just take it at face value? I already saw the Facebook, so.
I didn't.
Huh?
So you can do whatever. I didn't do shit. So.
Okay, so.
I'm innocent.
Again, in your Facebook, you do disclose and say you're gonna send somebody to take care of him.
Yeah, but did I send?
Okay, so who'd you send? Because he died.
I didn't send nobody.
Do I need to be any clearer? He died.
Yeah, but I didn't send nobody. Mom, ain't nobody want to do it. They're all scared.
Can I see your phone?
This idiot. Why would you say that? Come on, bro.
Can I see your phone? Thank you. It's a T-Mobile.
Did you really just sit there and say, I tried to get people to do it, but nobody wanted to do it because they were scared? That just made you suspect number one, stupid. That was the dumbest you could have ever said. What do you mean nobody wanted to do it? So you tried and you failed?
Okay, I'm going to do a warrant on it, okay?
Take my phone.
Yes. Again, you have to realize that I'm investigating a homicide. Okay, a homicide in which you threatened to kill my victim.
So you're gonna take my phone?
Yes. I'm gonna take your phone, I'm gonna do a warrant on it. If for any reason...
Just don't look at the pictures, you know what I'm saying, unless you want to see something, but... It's all about something.
Okay. Well, I won't look at pictures, but I am interested in who you've been talking to, text messages, and so on, so I am gonna do a warrant on it, okay?
With no luck getting anything useful
He
from
funny.
Gilbert, Detective Bruciaga cleverly confiscates his phone, hoping it might hold the evidence she needs but still can't prove. As this is happening, Chavez is seen stepping outside and speaking briefly with officers. She looks like she's in a hurry to leave. Not willing to let the moment slip away, Detective Bruciaga plans to intercept and confront her about the boxing match she helped organize to see how she reacts when cornered. This time, however, Chavez isn't the same calm, collected woman from before. What Bruciaga gets instead is a very different side of her.
Can I talk to you really fast?
I have to catch the bus, so you got 5 minutes of my time.
Okay.
And that's it.
Thank you, Gilbert. Thank you for speaking with me. Have a good day.
Be safe.
We'll check in with you before we leave. Talk to us again.
Hi, Elizabeth. I know you're gonna be quick and all, but so you know why I'm here, okay? I don't gotta repeat myself. I don't want to repeat
And give me that hot in Albuquerque. They can't even have grass because it be so hot.
myself. I don't want to play games.
This is that confirmation number from when I had called, because I called that same evening, and nobody ever came by
You didn't report your car.
I did. This is it. Yes, it is.
I already know.
Okay, you know what, Eddie? I'm not trying to be mean with you, but this is the confirmation number that.
So why did you set up a fight between Angelo and Josue?
Oh.
No.
Yes, you did.
No. The
I
little
have
boy
phones.
called over. He called to the house. He was asking for a fight. I was like, wait a minute. What, you want to do what? I was like, are you serious? It was either that or they want to sit there and do some stupid things. I'm not trying to have stupid things going on between those boys. Those boys need to learn how to get along.
Like I said,
So
I have phones. I already know when you called it in. You never fully followed through.
I did. I waited for them to get here.
Okay, do you have the title to the vehicle?
It's in that vehicle. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. Like, I cannot give you any more information because it was in the vehicle. I didn't even get to register the car or anything.
You've had the car
I feel like
since
she lying,
before
y'all.
January.
Yeah, and I also had to get an alternator for it. You know how much money it takes to just for me to save for just a little bit of a few things? But the little boy, he called. He wanted to make the fight.
Right.
And I
I'm
was
not
asking
saying
myself, like, what do you just want to do?
I'm not saying Josue didn't set the fight, but you let them know and you set up the fight because they were gonna fight that morning.
No, because they had to know. I'd be like, this is what's going on when your sister's left. What do you guys think about this? Yeah, I'd let them know because they needed to know. Because that's not right.
So I'm gonna tell you something, okay?
Yeah, my 5 minutes, I'm done.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? When I charge someone, you're gonna be charged along because I know you're hiding the truth and I know you're listening to me, and it would suck for Aurora and Elizabeth's baby to not be present, for you not to be present, because I will charge you because I do know you were gonna set up that fight that day. The end. I got it off your daughter's phone. Goodbye.
Clearly, Chavez is done talking as she storms off the scene, angry and defensive. But in her frustration, she lets something slip, admitting that she knew about the fight between Jay and her sons, though she insists it was all Jay's idea. Before leaving the house, Bruciaga tries once.
This is why you don't let your emotions get the best of you. Even though this detective investigator, she's brutal. She's one of the most brutal investigators I've watched since I've started reacting to videos a couple months ago. And she knows how to pull every reaction out of you, how to get anything she wants out of you. She just does it with ease. And this lady is not to be played with. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all think y'all hiding something, but this was the dumbest thing that y'all could have possibly done. Like, for what? For what?
With Elizabeth to see if she's finally ready to tell the truth.
How you been, Elizabeth?
Fine.
Are you still pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah? How far along are you?
Well, from my menstrual cycle, she said 14 weeks and 7 days.
So, Elizabeth, you know, we talked last time and I know you were very upset and I can't imagine what you're going through because you're kind of put in between, but I already know you know what happened.
Oh, I don't. I don't know what happened at all. All I know is that when his grandpa got back, he told me that Jay was dead.
I would just hate, and I truly, from the bottom of my heart, still believe that you weren't involved. But I would just hate to find out that you were involved. And then where does that baby go? Because he no longer has a dad. That day, there was a witness that describes a female matching your exact description, talking to Josue right before he gets shot.
I was at the house.
Okay. Do you realize how close you live?
I was literally cleaning,
Again, Elizabeth, listen to me.
And then when his grandpa came home, he walked in on me washing the dishes.
You're not going to change my mind because, I mean, is it weird that she lives here and she knows nothing?
Well, Elizabeth, you have to think. But can I talk to you for a second, Elizabeth?
What?
So
Say something else.
I know we're not trying to upset you any more than you already are or anything like that. But you have to think about how when this case goes to court, one, when people get arrested for things like this, they don't care whose family, friends, or whoever else they can or will throw under the bus to try to get themselves a better deal. When this goes to court and a jury of 12 random people, don't worry about what I think about it. Don't worry about what Anna thinks about it. Think about what those 12 people are thinking about it. You've got to think about what's best for him or her.
I don't. Okay. I would have had you guys about that.
If you hear something or something comes up,
I'll let you sense the day I met him.
With Elizabeth repeating the same story as before and no progress made, the officers decide to leave. But Bruciaga gives the family a promise. The next time she comes back, it won't be for questions. It'll be with a warrant. A month later, on
Bruciaga
June
is
15th,
relentless.
investigators finally get the break they've been waiting for. Cell tower data definitively places Angelo's phone at the scene of the murder at 11:20 a.m., the same time Jay was killed, directly contradicting his earlier alibi that he was home with his mother. With this new evidence, a warrant is secured for Angelo's arrest, and Bruciaga returns to the Baldonado residence, just as she promised. That afternoon, 16-year-old Angelo Baldonado is arrested and charged with murder. Now with the prime suspect finally in custody, police have the chance to interview him without his mother intervening. Bruciaga hopes this will be the moment they get to close the case for good. But to her surprise, Angelo isn't about to make that easy, because this time, he has an escape plan of his own.
Hey, Angelo. I'm still up here, sorry.
Is my mom gonna be here somewhere?
Is your mom gonna be here? Was she driving? Was she driving down here?
Oh, she was talking to one of the people that was there at the house.
Oh, at the house? Yes. I was at the office, sorry, I was no longer at the house. Okay.
She should be coming.
So she should be coming. Okay.
And if not, like, she should be coming.
She should? Okay. So you do remember me, and I actually do know you remember me because you're like, can I talk to Anna? So, but again, I am Anna Bruciaga, deputy. This is my partner. So, Angelo, because you are a minor, I am gonna read you your rights, and we're
That's why I want my mom here. That's me. Like, not any questions or something. If I wasn't like gonna talk to my mom without.
So you want your mom here while I read you your rights as well?
Why the hell he's smiling?
For the whole thing? Okay, fair enough.
Thank you so much.
At this time, you are going to get booked for your warrant, okay?
What exactly is the warrant?
It's a homicide warrant.
Oh, why? I mean, do like that.
Okay. Again, you know, because you said that you wanted to speak to me with your mom, I can't ask you questions. At this point, I am booking you for the homicide warrant, and that's all I can do.
It's certainly not the response Detective Bruciaga was hoping for, but it's hardly surprising. After months of his mother keeping him away from investigators, Angelo refuses to speak without his mother or a lawyer present. With no cooperation and no confession, there is nothing more detectives can do. Angelo is booked into the county's juvenile detention center, held without bond while prosecutors prepare to take the case to trial. For now, he's the only family member officially tied to the crime, and investigators believe they've finally got Jay's killer behind bars. But what no one has caught on to yet is that Angelo isn't the one who pulled the trigger. He's just a scapegoat, taking the fall for a killer who's still free and quietly getting away with murder.
Who?
A full year passes since Jay was tragically killed. His pregnant girlfriend, Elizabeth Baldonado, gives birth to his son in November 2022. Her social media posts show a young woman trying to rebuild her life, sharing photos of her baby, spending time with friends, and appearing to move on in a new relationship. On the surface, it seems like life is slowly returning to normal. Meanwhile, her brother Angelo remains in juvenile detention awaiting trial. The case seems closed, and Jay's family begins to find closure, believing justice has finally been served. That is, until, out of nowhere, police receive a phone call that changes everything.
If they say it was a little person, it's gonna go down.
In March of 2023, a woman contacts detectives claiming she's been talking to Elizabeth's older brother Gilbert on Facebook, and according to her, he's just confessed to knowing exactly who killed Jay that day.
How stupid do you gotta be to confess to some shit like that to a stranger or a woman that you know? But, like, you just let your little brother go down for it, right? Because he's a juvenile. So, you know, juvenile life, he'll probably get out when he's about 20, 21, right? Cool. But you just sat there and confessed to it? You gonna have some big problems. And I'm not saying that because he's a little person.
and I was able to see that Gibby was pretty hateful towards his mom, and so I figured maybe I could get him to say something about it. So I messaged him, "Why is your brother locked up?" Because my mom and him went to go fight my sister's baby daddy because he beat her. And when they got there, my sister's baby daddy tried to pull out a gun, but he got hit before he could even get his gun. But they put the murder on my brother. I said, "That's real f***ed up. Why they put it on your brother?" He said supposedly witnesses were there and said it was him. And they say they also got video and that it looks like him in the video, but you can't see shit. All you see is a big ass group, and then everybody scatters. I said, "What the f***, your mom didn't tell nobody it wasn't him?" He said, "Nope." He said, "The crazy part is my little brother ain't telling on my mom." I said, "So your mom did it and let your brother go down?" And he said, "Yeah."
Are you kidding me? I get the dynamics. I get he's a juvenile and whoop-de-whoop, but you let your own child go down for murder? If you would have just minded your business, y'all wouldn't even be in this position. Milady, you ain't shit. You the one that set this whole thing up.
And have you tried to tell your brother to tell? He said, "Yeah, but he tells me no. But that's how we was raised. No matter what the situation is, don't tell. And if we do, we gotta face consequences."
Needless to say, Gilbert's confession changes everything. Detectives already suspected Chavez's involvement in arranging the boxing fight, but no one imagined she was the one who pulled the trigger.
We got a whole Griselda Blanca right here.
Investigators
ain't even know it.
theorized that Chavez may have orchestrated the entire thing, luring Jay to the alley under the guise of a fight with her son, only to end it herself with a single shot to the head.
Wow.
But despite what sounds like a breakthrough, Detective Bruciaga knows she can't move too fast. Arresting Chavez now, based only on Gilbert's secondhand confession, could jeopardize the entire case. Without solid evidence, Chavez will be innocent in the eyes of the law. Over the next few months, investigators work quietly, monitoring jail calls between Chavez and her son Angelo. Most of the conversations are vague, small talk, cautious wording, but in one of the calls, Chavez makes an interesting statement. When Angelo asks why his brother Gilbert looks sad, Chavez replies, "He's heartbroken you're in there. I told him it's because I f***ed up, because I'm stupid, period." Hearing what sounds like an admission of guilt, Detective Bruciaga seizes the opportunity and visits Angelo at the detention center, hoping this time she can finally get the truth. When she meets with him, she doesn't have to do much convincing, because Angelo is already prepared to make a deal and save himself.
Shit, he been in there dealing with pure hell, bro. Like, he got his whole life taken away from him, and he didn't even do it.
If everything would be happening, what we're talking about right now, would I get at least the first degree dropped on? So we do the way to work around it.
So if you're wanting to now give a statement, we can definitely schedule an appointment where it's me, you, and the attorney.
I don't think he understands what's going on though, but shit, he ain't trying to be in there no longer, because you know, kids, their perception of things are a lot different from an adult. You know, adult will be okay for, you know, 16 to 21, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We're gonna think in 5 years. We know how fast life goes. But as far as a teenager, a kid, life doesn't go by that fast for them. It's actually a lot slower because they're enjoying every second of the day. You get what I'm saying? So their time of their conception of time is different from an adult, especially somebody that's mature when they like 28 and up. You know what I'm saying?
And then I'm more than welcome.
He doesn't know that, and it's so fucked up. It is so fucked up. It is so fucked up that his mom would even put him in this type of position. Cause my mama put me in this type of position. Mama, you really don't love me for real. You know what I'm saying? Cause like what?
Angelo agrees to cooperate. Detectives quickly arrange a formal interview with him and his attorney present. Angelo ends up corroborating his brother Gilbert's confession, confirming that it was his mother who pulled the trigger and drove away from the scene. With both sons telling the same story, There's only one crucial piece missing to solve the case: a confession from Chavez herself. Without her own words, the defense could argue that the boys are lying or that their statements were coerced. A few days later, an arrest warrant is issued, and Chavez is taken into custody. Detective Bruciaga brings her into an interrogation room determined to secure an admission. Not through confrontation this time, but through empathy. If the plan works, they'll finally close the case for good. But if Chavez sees through it, the interview will be over before it even begins.
Oh yeah, she finna tell.
I know that you obviously recognize me because we've met in the past more than once. Okay? And regardless of
Shit, she know this is the end.
what happened then, I'm not gonna be rude to you. I'm not gonna be disrespectful to you, even though in the past you weren't the nicest, right? But you're here, and I'm not gonna be rude, and I expect the same too. Fair? Okay. Obviously, I know you were visiting Angelo. I know you were visiting Angelo. How's he doing? He's okay? Yeah. Okay. How are you doing?
He's in there for nothing. He didn't do anything wrong.
Just because you already know why you're here, you've been in handcuffs, you've been in the back of the cop car.
Just now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read you your rights, okay? Do you understand? Okay, fair enough. With that being said, what's gonna happen now?
I don't think y'all understand when y'all ask for a lawyer. That shit is not finna change anything. Like y'all still gonna get what's coming to y'all. I've been watching these for the last couple of months, mind you. First video I uploaded was January 24th, right? When I started, we had the titties type of videos. And lawyer or not, you're still gonna get what you're gonna get. Like the lawyer doesn't stop shit.
This interview, you're going to jail on 2 warrants, okay? You do have an open count murder warrant, and you do have, and I have to look at that one to read you the exact, but it's a warrant, okay? And that's not mine. It's not for me to discuss.
Hold on, a what? Whoa.
I have to look at that one to read you the exact, but it's a warrant, okay?
Child pornography? Whoa. You a child killer and a child? Oh, no. Get her ass out of here.
Mine. It's not for me to discuss, but that's what one of the warrants is for, okay?
Unfortunately, things don't go according to plan. The moment Chavez realizes where the conversation is heading, she immediately shuts down the interview and asks for a lawyer. They argue that Chavez disapproved of the relationship between her daughter and Jay.
Hold on, what if she was the one that was fucking Jay? No. Didn't I say that at the beginning of the video?
And was motivated by anger over how he treated her. They also believe she calculated that her teenage son would face lighter consequences if he took the blame. As for her other children, Elizabeth and Gilbert...
Oh, no, we already know she did what she did to that. Where did the second charge come from?
Investigators determined that neither had any direct role in the shooting. Elizabeth in particular is found to have had no knowledge of her mother's deadly intentions. She withheld some information...
Her own mama got her. Wow.
To protect her family, but was ultimately determined to be a victim caught in the middle. Eventually, Angelo Baldonado pleads guilty to conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and
get the fuck out of here.
Assault with intent to commit a felony, and is sentenced to remain in juvenile detention until age 21.
No. What happened to the mom, though? That's the crazy part. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to all my supporters. I love you. That was a crazy one. That was wild. And that's it, baby. We out.